introduce you the course. My name is Ray. I'm the chief trainer for Power Lenders System. Okay, so while we are waiting for the others to log in, okay, probably I can, let's not waste time. Morning, Diana. Okay, so let's not waste time. Let's take a look at the market right now. Okay, this is, let me see, hold on. Okay, this is from Square Foot. Okay, this is from Square Foot. So I like Square Foot. Now Square Foot is actually a subsidiary for HProp. Okay, so HProp provide, if you go to squarefoot.com, right? Okay, you can check out all the last 6 months transactions. Okay, you can see in July, from 30th July all the way to the 1st of July, you see how many bungalow transactions are there. Okay, these are all the detached house transactions. Okay, take a look at this year transacted by price. What is the highest price? Okay, 128 million. Okay, number 30 Nassim Road was sold at $4,005 per square foot. Okay, in landed near Botanic Garden, you can see, okay, the price is all going at about $4,000 per square foot. Right, Clooney, number 2 Clooney is also sold at 4,291 per square foot. Okay, these are all in District 10. Right, Clooney Hill, Nassim, all these are very, very near to Botanic Garden. Okay, so let's see the most expensive by per square foot. Okay, these 2 units are definitely the most expensive by per square foot. Institution Hill, $3,835 per square foot. One Tree Hill, $3,155 per square foot. Grange Road, 2007. Okay, this is all the detached houses. Okay, let's go down to semi-detached. Okay, in the semi-detached area, okay, you can see also a lot of transactions. July is one of the top month this year for landed transactions. You can see the number of transactions in July is unbelievable. Okay, huge amount of transactions in July. Okay, and you can see that the prime areas are moving very, very well. Okay, let's see what is the most expensive semi-D transacted in 2021, the last 6 months, 15.6 million. Okay, number 16, Lincoln Marak. Okay, is 4,672 square foot in District 10. So let's take a look at the most expensive per square foot. Okay, still number 68, Jalan Anak. Okay, so One Tree Hill Collections is selling very, very well. Okay, so you can actually check out One Tree Hill Collection. There are money to be made here. Okay, see, One Tree Hill Collection are selling very, very well. In 2021 already so many transactions. Okay, now we are at 85 students. Okay, let's wait a bit more for more to log in. I think we should have, how many people should we have? The first 2 lessons, any students know? Jennifer, you can't see the screen. The others, can you see the screen? Anyone can see, Fabian? Okay, good. Okay, Jennifer, maybe you need to toggle. If you are using a mobile phone, yeah. Can see, okay, so this is the blended transaction. So do you need to subscribe? Okay, let me log out. I show you. Do you need to subscribe to Square Foot to use it? Or let's say you do not have any subscription. Okay, you can still use it. Okay, just that you do not have the unit number or landed. See, it's still free. Okay, this service is free for everyone. Okay, you want to check on the highest transacted price, just that you do not have the unit number. For those who do not have any research tools, right? Okay, you can still use Square Foot. This is what I like about Square Foot. Okay, Square Foot is free. Okay, you can do trend analysis. Let's say You want to see District 10, landed properties, past 5 years, refresh report. You can see they'll show you even without subscription. Even I log out already from my account. Okay, even without subscription, you can see historical trends. Okay, so this is a pretty good tools for people. You can print to PDF if you want to print to PDF. Okay. Okay, so this is what you can get from squarefoot.com or squarefoot.com. Okay, so this is without logging in. Okay, without logging in, you can actually use it already. Okay, so let's choose. Let me show you how I usually use it. Okay, Botanic at Cooney Park. Okay, then you see this Botanic at Cooney Park. Okay, they'll show you all the historical data with comparisons. Okay, I'm not promoting this website, but for those who have no subscription, right, which is you still can have usage, or you still can use it for analysis purposes. Okay, so this is a very, very good website. Okay, that I strongly recommend that you use it. Okay, so I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this. Okay, so that is squarefoot.com.sg. Okay, squarefoot.com.sg. You guys can try. Okay. How many more am I waiting for? Before I give the good tips or the good tips to everyone. Okay, I'm going to stop share here first. Okay, go to my slides. Hold on, let me open up the slides. A lot of things to share with you today. Okay, this is an advanced course. Therefore, a lot of demo. We'll do a lot of demo. Okay, for this course. Okay, welcome to Power Landed System. Okay, this course is actually I came up with landed mastery about 8 years ago. Okay, and after that, we invite more trainers to come in to train. Okay, therefore, right now we changed the whole landed system into Power Landed System. Okay, so this training is quite comprehensive. Okay, so about me. Okay, I'm the current RES lecturer, CPD lecturer, and Life Mastery Academy specialized in landed training. Okay, and also I'm also the chief trainer for this program. I'm the one who designed the program. Okay, together with Andy, together with Alex, Jip Ng, Ben Huang, okay, Paul Teo. Okay, so this is my current appointment. Okay, I run the landed team called Eminence Landed, very fast one, not to rah-rah here. Okay, so today outline. Okay, today outline. Okay, so today outline, okay, understanding, today we are going to talk more about the technical knowledge of this landed properties, technical knowledge. Okay, so I'm going to go into details and also do demo where to find all your information. Okay, some of the very, very useful informations, due diligence of agents, and also some tips on closing landed properties, right? The documentation, okay, OTP, option to purchase, what to watch out for, and also what is in the condition of 2020 that we need to be careful about, okay, when we purchase, what is your agent due diligence as well. So we're going to touch on some basic first. For the basic, I'm going to be very fast. So most of you are already experienced agent. Okay, so I'm not going to dwell onto basics too much. Okay, but we still go through where to get what. Okay, where to get what. That's very important. Okay. So, okay, this is I put this up this morning. Okay, this is not in your notes. Okay, why do I put this up this morning? Is because I feel that a lot of misconception about landed properties. A lot of people say, I'm new, especially new agent. Can I start with the landed segment? Okay, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. Okay, for example, this lady is only passed the exam in February. Only passed the exam in February. Okay, and look at the amount of landed she closed within the last 3 months. Within the last 3 months, she have transacted more than 20 million worth of landed properties. Okay, this is this to debunk landed not suitable for new agent. Not true. Okay, not true. Landed is suitable for everyone. Okay, so if a new agent can do it, so can you. So can you. Okay, so designated landed housing areas, there are total 50 of them, okay, which all of us by now should know. But what is landed areas? Okay, what is landed areas? So if you go to URI space, right? Okay, URI space under master plan, okay, you can see that inside the master plan, for example, in Serangoon Garden, okay, Serangoon Garden is a designated landed housing area. It's not all landed is built inside designated landed housing areas. They are landed built outside designated landed areas. So what does it mean? I'm going to explain later. So notice that if you go to master plan in designated landed housing area, you do not find any plot ratio. You do not find any plot ratio. Okay, you see all these, they are non-landed, right? You can see plot ratio. Okay, all this year, there's no plot ratio. Okay, so the guide plot ratio is 1.4. Guide plot ratio is 1.4 inside designated landed housing area. Or as I say, it's a guide. Can you propose slightly more? Okay, they're subject to approval. Subject to approval by the URA. Okay, so this is the designated landed housing area map. Okay, so the Serangoon Garden. Okay, Serangoon Garden, you'll see like 2-story mixed landed, 3-story mixed landed. Okay, this is 3-story mixed landed and 2-story mixed landed. So you have various categories of landed properties. Okay, we have 2-story, 3-story mixed landed. We have semi-D, 2-story semi-D area. We have bungalow area. We have good class bungalow area. Okay, the 2-story, 3-story, what is the difference? The main difference is the maximum height, or the maximum height. Okay, okay. So 2-story and the 2-story areas are in, for example, this is Coven Road. Okay, this is Coven Road. Okay, so 2-story, you see a Coven, this is Coven MRT, right? Along the same road, Aruzu Avenue. Along the same road, Aruzu Avenue. Okay. On the left-hand side, if you are traveling into Aruzu Avenue, okay, on the left-hand side, you'll see semi-detached area. On the right-hand side, you'll see mixed landed area. So is it important to check this map? You need to check this map when you are buying or selling a landed properties, especially if they are actually inside landed housing area, or if they are inside landed housing area. So here, this Aruzu Avenue, this Aruzu Avenue. Okay, I mean, can you help answer Gita why she can't see the slides? The others all can see the slides, right? If you can see the slide, type 1. Type 1 if you can see the slides. Yeah. Okay, great. Okay. So in the 2-story semi, so you see on the same road, on the left-hand side, you can only build semi-D and bungalow. On the right-hand side, you can build mixed landed, or you can build mixed landed, which means that only on the right-hand side, you can build terraces. Okay, terraces can only be built inside mixed landed area. Okay, can only be built inside mixed landed area or non-landed housing area. Or non-landed housing area. Okay. Oh, I just see Kenneth. Hello, Kenneth. Hi, Kenneth. Okay, Kenneth is from KeyQuest. Okay, so Kenneth, you need how many minutes? Okay, let me allow. Sorry, I think. Okay, ask to unmute. Can you unmute yourself? Okay, I can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, can hear. Okay, Kenneth, please go ahead. Okay. Look, okay, I've stopped. I paused the training for a while to introduce Kenneth from
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
If you can hear me, maybe you can type number 8 in the chat box. Ray, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, thank you, Bernard. Okay, thank you, Ray, for having me on today. Very good morning, everyone. My name is Kenneth from KeyQuest Mortgage. So today I'm doing some sharing to bring you some values. I understand that Ray is actually conducting the landed trading today. So I will just share a bit and touch on a bit how we can value add in the event that if you are buying or selling a landed property. Okay, without further ado, let me just pull up my screen. Okay, so for KeyQuest Mortgage, we have been around for the last 11 years. Today, I just want to give everyone some information. So in the event that if your client is asking, hey, what's today's interest rate? What's the fixed rate am I looking at? What's the SIBOR? What's the SOR rate? So for fixed rate in today's market is actually starting from 1%. So it is actually the last 10 years now, it's the lowest for 1% fixed rate. So if it's a SIBOR package, it starts from 1.04. And lastly, the new interest rate benchmark SORA, it actually starts from 0.84. So it is technically, if client go for a floating package today, is actually 0.84%, which is low, and it's a very good time to leverage and get a higher loan. That's why we can see the property transaction has been moving for resale, lender, condo, all has been moving very healthily. And just a quick reference, if you doesn't understand how the floating for SORA or SIBOR works, usually there's a bank spread the banks want to earn, plus the 3-month SIBOR or 3-month SORA, which equals to customers' interest rate. So this is how the banks earn the interest rate, even though SORA is only like 0.13 to 14 for 3 months. But the banks will put in a spread to have the margin of earning. And the type of interest rate is usually break down into two kinds, fixed or floating. So under floating, we have the bank spot rate, fixed deposit rate, SIBOR, and SORA. So SIBOR is going to be obsolete within the next 3 to 4 years, and SORA is going to be the new interest rate benchmark that will be taking over SIBOR package. And SORA is actually regulated by MAS, so we foresee it will be more stable compared to SIBOR package, which every time if you see US announce interest rate is increasing, SIBOR package will have some changes in terms of upward trends as well. So some refinance, basically now it's also a good time to get the client refinance because 2-3 years ago, their interest rate might be higher. So you can do a refinance to save some rates because it's as low as 0.84 now. We can tailor some flexibility and tailor package for the customer. Of course, another benefit about doing refinancing is the client loan tenor can stretch longer and their monthly installments actually reduce. That's how a lot of agents convince the client to get a bigger ticket, and maybe at the start they have a shorter loan tenor up to age 65, but during refinance they can stretch another 8 to 10 years. Okay, and also during refinance, that's where we can explore cash out or equity term loan, because I think resale market has been moving very fast. So customers who bought property 4 or 6 years ago, it's good time to re-engage with them because they might have their property might have really appreciated. They can take some equity out from the property and reinvest that money to another form of asset or to purchase another property with you. Of course, lastly is decoupling. And if today you're buying a landed and the client really has existing property, to avoid ABSD, I think this is one of the very common method. But what we've done more is that we actually did before, like parents already maxed out, we did the loan under the kids who are 21 years old buying a landed with no income. We managed to structure the finance, actually get 75% for a 5 million property. So that's the kind of value-added services we provide to agents when the client want to avoid ABSD. What are the potential solutions we can come up for you or your client to buy the landed with minimum ABSD, maximizing the loan up to 75%? These are the few various solutions we can value add to you, even if you have any clients who are in this category, or even for private property as well. So leveraging on asset. So we have 5 key solutions which we usually work with agents to help them if their clients within certain obstacles, they might fall in one of these strategy. That's where we do a monthly sharing with all the agents, okay, on the 5 different solutions they can use to help their client untangle their problem and move on to a purchase with them. So we deal with commercial as well as industrial property as well. Commercial property starts for interest rate 1.5. For floating package start from 1.3. It's also all-time low because company over the last 10 years, I haven't seen them coming down below 2. It was only starting from last year. Interest rate for commercial and industrial property actually below 2% now. And fixed rate is starting from 1.78 for individual name. Floating is about 1.6. So it's slightly higher for companies versus buying a commercial or industrial property under individual name. Construction loan, I think because Ray is covering the landed section today. So in terms, if your client is buying a very old property and they need to do rebuild, in terms of getting an A&A or rebuilding loan, that's where we can come in to help them, okay, to plan out, okay, based on their income, would they be able to secure a A&A or rebuilding loan as well? And what's the LTV, what's the tenor? Because different banks have different criteria and different banks, when you reach out to different bankers, they give you different information. So if your client is looking to buy an old one and to rebuild, reach out to us because we have the knowledge to help your client so that they can actually get a higher quantum in terms of the valuation, number one. Number two is higher quantum in terms of the rebuilding or A&A loan. Okay, so rebuilding, reconstructing, A&A. So in terms of financing, valuation, interest rate timeline, we can all advise the client if let's say they are doing a rebuilding.
Okay, Kenneth.
Lastly,
ask you a question.
You should engage QS Mortgage because it's a hassle-free process. We give you very precise information and benefit from our experience. So like just now I shared how a kid 21 years old managed to buy a 5 million landed. How did we structure the loan successfully for the client? But of course, the client must have a certain net worth. It's not that the parent doesn't have money, then you want to buy landed, then that wouldn't be possible. But is that the client is at a certain level of net worth, we manage to push through a 75% loan. Okay, of course, professional advice, expert in decoupling. We've done a lot of decoupling to push up the existing property valuation and helping them to cash out more from the property, which they can reinvest on another property. Lastly, definitely trust and confidentiality. We have a lot of agent has engaged our service before, and definitely we are one of the broker you want to go to because we don't just compare interest rate. We provide additional value to help you to close the deal in terms of coming out with new structure. So about us, we have more than 11 years of experience in mortgage industry. We don't just do residential, commercial, industrial as well, be it your refi, purchase, construction loan, and we tailor a finance solution to help your client to purchase the property they want. And these are some of the testimonials we have from Facebook, as well as Google, and also property agent Janet, both Kelvin and Janet engages for us on all their customers in terms of their financing needs, and other property agents from next as well. Okay, if you have any questions, you can post in the chat box. I try to pick up 1 to 2 questions, and I will hand back the time to Ray. Interest rate for construction loan range from technically 2% plus 3 months SIBOR, which is about 2.4 to all the way 6.75, because different bank has different interest rate benchmark. There are some banks able to do interest servicing only for the construction loan as well during the construction phase, but most banks is principal plus interest. Thank you, Ray, for asking this question. Okay, if there's no questions, I just touch on a bit on the referral fee. Loan size for less than 500K, we don't co-share because you know how much I earn. If 100K is still on co-share with me, I really just chow already. So on loan size more than 500K, we actually co-share 50-50 of the bank's referral fee. Cases which has special condition like maybe credit bureau issue, require us to follow up 3 to 6 months to engage with client, window dress their income, or things need to be done for them to secure a loan, or require pledging or unpledging, we don't co-share. Okay, so and there is you want to work with a partner that provide you solution and add value, not just to compare interest rate. Because to be frank out there, if you want a broker just to compare interest rate, there are a lot. But we are the only broker which add value in terms of your closing. We craft solution to help you. So we work hand in hand with you closely to help you close deal. So over at QS Mortgage, we help you to seal the deal. Lastly, these are my colleague contact number. You can take a picture or print screen on the phone, on your phone or laptop. You can reach out to Xiao Angelina. They are as good as me. They will be able to assist you if you have any questions in terms of client purchasing a landed property, decoupling, refinancing. They will be more than happy to reach out to you. Okay, I think I have covered my session. Maybe I hand back the time to Ray. Ray, thank you so much for giving me the short sharing session.
Okay, thank you, Kenneth. Okay, so thank you, Kenneth. Okay, so you guys, Kenneth specialize in problem solving for loan. Okay, so I feel that you should really take down their number. Okay, sometimes you will come across cases where the loan got small issues, small issue, too big issue, very difficult. Okay, small issues that lead to unable to close a deal. So therefore, Kenneth can come in to assist you. It's invaluable that you have his number so that wherever this is between closing a deal, 100,000 com to non-closing a deal. So having his number can sometimes help you earn an extra 100,000 because you are able to solve the client problem. Okay, so this is very important that you take a picture of this so that you can have access to them when you need it. Okay, this is Kenneth number. Kenneth, you can key in your number so that they.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ray.
So here, let me tell you certain uncommon knowledge. Okay, is it better, okay, to buy a piece of land with no building on it, or with a rundown building on it? Okay, let me tell you from the loan perspective, right? It is better that you have a building on it, no matter how rundown. No matter how rundown, is better because you will have a more problem getting a loan, right? Okay, for an empty plot of land. Empty plot of land. I think this part Kenneth will have experience in it. So
yes,
do take
because
note.
it's harder to get a bank to finance an empty land. As long as there's a structure, the banks can finance as is a property. But when you go into land financing, it is very tough for you to get land financing in Singapore unless you are a developer. Then it's a different story. But if it's an individual, even though it's a very rundown, one level story is better than nothing.
Yes.
This I think is very useful tips. Ray has just pointed out. You need to be aware.
Because I did encounter how I one listing when the owner talked to me, he said the previous agent, because he lived in a very rundown atap house like that. It's like an atap house. So the previous agent advised the seller to tear it down, and make it easier to sell, which is totally nonsense. The moment you tear it down, it's harder to sell. It's harder to sell the moment you tear it down. So this is something that is unknown to most agents. Unknown to most agents. Do not give the wrong advice to your seller. Say, "Oh, this is a top house, you just tear it down. The buyer will find it cheaper to clear up the debris." Not true, because it will affect the loan eligibility. You will affect the loan eligibility. So thank you, Kenneth, from KeyQuest. Okay, Kenneth.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoy your training today. Okay. See you guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, so back to our own training. Okay, so we have our commercial. You just have our commercial break. Okay, so here, the important of landed housing areas. I cannot highlight anymore. Any further. So okay, I'm going to do a live share for what you should be doing. Let's see. Let me see. Safari. Okay. Jennifer Lee, is it harder to get a loan or totally not possible? It's still possible to get a loan, just that the loan to value will be drastically affected. Still possible, but very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult. Okay, so okay, here. Okay, this is the landed housing area map. Okay, how do you get here? Let me show you. Okay, so when you go to URI space, you're going to go to URI space, right? Okay, you go to check control plan. Check control plan. When you go to check control plan, right, you go to filter, landed housing area. Click on landed housing area. Okay, so once you do that, right, all the landed housing area will appear. Of course, you can key in the address. Okay, let me show you. Okay, this is Serangoon Garden. Okay, Serangoon Garden is a landed housing area. But you see the Kovan. Let's go to Kovan. Okay, this Kovan MRT. Okay, you can see Kovan MRT to the Heartland Mall side, the other side of Tampines Road. All these are controlled area, landed housing areas. But here, Poh Huat Road, Forens, Lowland, all these are landed properties, but they are not inside landed housing areas. So what's the implication? The implication is this, okay, if I buy landed, okay, not inside landed housing area, there are two things I need to take note of. One, development potential. Of course, if you buying it for investment, right? Okay, then landed outside landed housing area, you can have a potential to amalgamate to at least 1,000 square meter land to build apartments. In landed housing area, however, you can't. Okay, and landed housing areas like this, you can't. Or 3-story mixed landed, 3-story mixed land, you can't. Okay, so in this area, you can build terraces. Okay, if you go to Serangoon, further down, you will find their bungalow areas, 2-story bungalow areas. Okay, so where is this? This is Lorong Chuan area, or Lorong Chuan area, Dunsford. Okay, so in this area, only bungalows, only can build detached house, or detached house are bungalows. But these are not good class bungalow. These are bungalow. So landed housing area, this is how you use it. You need to, one of your due diligence to check so that there's no misconception. Okay, your owner, your buyer, buy a land here. Say, hey, this is very big land, good. I can subdivide into a semi-D. And you say, yeah, I check already can. But you never check the landed housing area map. Your data misrepresented. Okay, misrepresented. And dear Chang, sorry, may I know why landed no plot ratio? No, landed housing area no plot ratio, not landed no plot ratio. Okay, landed housing area not plot ratio because you are not supposed to build apartment. Okay, so down here maximum story 3-story. Right, landed the maximum story you can build is 3-story. Right, but here, like for example, here is 2-story only lah. This is 2-story only lah. But the highest you can build in the landed housing area is 3-story. So you cannot build anything above 3-story, no apartments, etc. Therefore, don't need to put plot ratio. Okay, don't need to put plot ratio. So here, if you go down to Telok Kurau, you see Telok Kurau, or Steel Road, or Juchet Telok Kurau, okay, Telok Kurau, or Lorong Telok Kurau, Lorong J, Juchet Place. These are all landed, okay, but these are slowly disappearing because this is not a landed housing area. So people are buying the landed here, amalgamate, that means combine the land together and become like something like this, okay, bigger land to build apartments, or to build apartments. So down here you have plot ratio, but down here you don't. So this is number one thing you really need to check. Okay, so back to the slides. Can you see my slides? Okay, and can everyone see the slides? If you can see, you can type one. Not yet. Okay, I think I have to share again. Okay, now you should be able to see the slide. Okay, so GCBA areas also can be found. Can see already right now? Can see type 1. Yeah, okay, good. Fabian, thank you. Okay, so GCB areas, okay, can also be found inside the landed housing area map. Okay, GCB, you can only build GCB lah. Okay, so minimum land size subdivision is 1,400 square meter. So down here, I always have people who ask me questions like, hey, does it really mean that a bungalow that is less than 1,400 square meter but it's located inside GCBA is not a GCB? Okay, the key thing about the definition GCB, when the government draw out GCB area, okay, their mentality is this. Okay, now you need to follow my subdivision requirement. If you want to subdivide big land, or like something like this huge chunk of land into smaller units, then every single unit, the minimum size must be 1,400 square meter. How about those small land, like this very small land that already like about 10,000 square feet only? okay, but it's already inside GCBA. Okay, these are still good class bungalow, just as it's a smaller good class bungalow. But when we say good class bungalow area, right, it's actually a development control. Okay, slowly it become a classification to buyers, but mainly when the government draw up a GCBA is for development control, not as a classification of properties, not as a classification of properties. So this is why sometimes you see small landed inside, okay, 10,000 square feet land, but it's located inside GCBA. So another question, if my land is 21,000 square feet outside GCB area, is it considered a GCB? No, definitely not. GCB only means that it must be inside a GCB area, or it must be inside a GCB area. Okay, but that kind of definition is useless. It's useless. So you need to understand how that GCB, this term came from. GCB came from what? Came from government regulation to make sure that this area is low density living. So if you do subdivision, nothing below 1,400 square meter per unit. That is the origin of GCB. The origin of GCB is regulation, development control. Okay, so it become a market class. Okay, market class that agent in the past tried to. So their definition of GCB is not accurate because it's not official. Okay, it's not official. To us, we look it with enlightened eye. Enlightened eye. GCB area, all unit inside GCB area is GCB. Why? One, if your plot is located inside GCB area, you are rest assured that your neighbor will not be too small. Okay, therefore you are living in the lowest density in terms of population area than the rest of Singapore. Okay, unlike if you have a 20,000 square foot land inside a mass market landed area, your neighbor will be all semi-D terraces Okay, so you do not enjoy low density living. Okay, so here, which is why GCB areas are worth a lot more. Because the low density living is preserved by law. Okay, I don't know, Ray, which kind of lender has more value? The one in landed housing area or the one outside, which can be amalgamated? Okay, it depends. So far, the difference, there's a trade-off. Okay, landed outside landed housing areas, you have a slightly higher development potential. Okay, but if it's for own stay, there will be lesser demand because it's higher density. Okay, so the road will be more busy. The quality of the landed, when I say quality of landed, is taking into consideration the low density living is less desirable. Okay, so the trade-off of higher potential, development potential is offset by quality of living, So you balance up. There's no real much difference in terms of landed price per square foot, right? In a landed housing area and a non-landed housing area, if it's nearby. Okay. Or if it's different district, of course, what constitute the difference in prices is based on the location, convenience, and any other factors, amenities factors, etc. So converting, these are basic how to convert a postal code number to your postal districts. This is because postal districts do have their advantage. Okay, some districts command higher premium than the others. Okay, definitely District 15 will usually command premium as compared to 16 or 14. Okay, but 14 and 15 depends on the exact location of the unit, right? Small difference. Okay, 14 you also take into consideration Kembangan area. Most of the landed is inside Kembangan area instead of Geylang area. Okay, so because 14 stretch from Geylang all the way to Kembangan. So some of the Lengkong 2, Lengkong 3 landed, right? Okay, the price is quite similar to Steel Road, to landed. Various type of properties, landed properties. Okay, very fast one. Good class bungalow, detached. These are all basic. All basics, so I'm going to go through very, very fast for you. But although they are basic, you need to remember their development parameters. So good class bungalow look like this. Good class bungalow located inside good class bungalow area. Minimum land size 1,400 square meter. Okay, minimum land size 1,400 square meter, as I said, is for subdivision. If your land size is 3,000 square meter, maximum you can divide into 2 units only, because 1,400. Okay, so this is more for subdivision purposes. When we say 1,400 square meter, class 1 bungalow is the smallest type of bungalow, which is detached house. Okay, is it important for 1, 2, 3, 4? Actually, 2, 3, 4, no one cares already. Nowadays, people just look at whether it can be standalone as a detached house. So a normal bungalow or normal detached house in a not the GCB area will usually look like this. Okay, usually like this. Okay, as long as it's detached from their neighbor, both side and the back. Okay, black and white bungalows are usually owned by the state. Okay, owned by the state. Okay, you can rent this from Singapore Land Authorities. Okay, I used to stay in one of this in Seletar. I rented it from SLA for 9,000 square foot land. It's a 9,000 square foot land. There are some very, very good deals. If you want to experience landed living, okay, without paying expensive installments, okay, or huge amount of down payment, okay, straight away you want to enjoy it, you can go and rent some one of these. Okay, there is terraces, there's semi-D and bungalow. The corner terrace I used to rent, I have 9,000 square feet land. Okay, I only rent it for 3,000 plus. Cheap and good, cheap and good. Only problem with the landed there is a lot of mosquitoes. A lot of mosquitoes, because the land is huge and it's usually in the outskirts areas. The mosquitoes are all commando mosquitoes. The bite, you can feel the pain. Unlike the HDB mosquitoes or condo mosquitoes, the mosquito there is super scary, super scary. Okay, I still have, my legs still got scars from my stay there. Okay, so you can get this from Singapore Land Authorities. The only requirement they have is you do not have any bad debts, and on top of that, your salary is more than 3 months the rental amount. Okay, your income is more than 3 times the rental amount. Okay, so if you want to rent a nice semi-D or a bungalow from them at 10,000 square feet one, okay, you probably have to pay 15 to 20,000. Okay, so your income must be about 50, 60,000, then you can rent from them. Okay, link bungalows. Okay, link bungalows. Okay, this is actually semi-D. Okay, link bungalows are actually semi. You see the 2 building actually stand alone. It's linked only by the car pouch. Why do people build link bungalows? People build link bungalows to satisfy their desire to own bungalows, but their land is not suitable to build bungalows. For example, the minimum land size for a bungalow is 400 square meter. Okay, these 2 land used to belong to one owner. They subdivide. But after subdivision, right, they found out that maybe this land is only 390 square meter, but only 10 square meter difference, but cannot qualify to be a bungalow. But so they still have to remain as a semi-D. So they will just build a smaller, slightly smaller bungalow that and attach them together so that to fulfill the semi-D rule, or to fulfill the semi-D rule. Okay, so these are the parameters. These are the parameters for semi-D. Okay, this was an old requirement. Okay, in the olden days, okay, in the olden days, but there's not much changes until today. Okay, like the front pouch 2.4 setback, the building structure must set back from the front 7.5 meter, class 3 to 5 road. Any morning ray link bungalow can be separated if more than 400 square meter each. Yeah. If it's more than 400 square meter, there's no point you go and link them, okay, because it will be actually qualified to be a bungalow itself. Okay, you are qualified to be a bungalow itself. Okay, but nowadays there are more clever way to build link bungalows. I just did a sale that the owner actually buy a corner terrace, but this corner terrace is huge, about 5,000 square meter. Okay, but they try to link it at the back. Okay, so from the front, you cannot tell that it's not a bungalow, but it's actually a corner terrace. Okay, link it at the back. Okay, so here, the only thing that was abolished is 3rd story 3 meter setback. 3rd story 3 meter setback. Okay, so from the side right and the back right is always 2 meters setback. Canopy or roof eaves, right? Okay, you must set back from the boundary line at least 1 meter. Okay, you must set back from boundary line at least 1 meter. So this is the development control. Okay, third story 3 meter setback has been abolished. Third story 3 meter setback has been abolished. Okay, this is back-to-back semi-media, similar to side semi-media, except that the prop width instead of 8 meter become 10 meter. Okay, so when we want to look at the land potential, okay, so if I have a very big land, bungalow land, okay, inside a semi-D area or semi-D landed area, so I can subdivide in semi-D, right? So, but I need to make sure that first of all, okay, the land must be 400 square meter. So subdivide into a pair of semi-D 200 meter each, 200 meter square each. Okay, so on top of that, I need to look at the prop width. So the old bungalow add together, okay, must have 16 meter prop width. Then I can subdivide into a pair of semi-D with 8 meter prop width. The minimum prop width is 8 meter. Sometimes, okay, because of this, right, like if your prop width is the bungalow prop width is only 13.5 meter, then or even though the size qualify, because the prop width does not qualify, cannot do subdivision. That bungalow will always remain as a bungalow, cannot subdivide anymore. Okay, so these are some of the issues. Okay, recently we sold a land to a very, very old bungalow like as East Coast Terrace to 7 Group. Okay, and very, very smart. Eric again, Eric Ching is the boss. Very, very smart. He managed to apply for subdivision into 2 pairs of semi-D, that means 4 units plus 1 detached house from one huge bungalow at 21,000 square feet. So based on the price, he bought at 18.7 mil, right? Okay, so the land cost will only cost him about $900 per square foot. So East Coast Terrace is next to Seagrab. It's quite near to Seagrab Center. So there is a prime land in East Coast. Super prime land in East Coast. So I expected the relaunch price per unit to be at least $2,500 per square foot. Okay, 2,500 per square foot, or even reaching $2,800 per square foot. So definitely when you talk about per square foot in landed, we always talk about per square foot land. Or nobody talk about per square foot built-in one. People who talk about per square foot built-in is trying to bullshit. Okay, but does built-in make it more costly? Usually with bigger built-in now, we will always see a more expensive per square foot land. This is logic. Okay, terrace type 1. Okay, terrace type 1. Okay, this is the most common terrace. Again, the front setback is 7.5 meters from the building. That means from here, this wall all the way to the gate is 7.5 meters. Then from the car pouch, right, to the boundary line, right, is 2.4 meters. Okay, so this terrace type 1. So terraces, as long as more than 2 units is attached together, is called a terrace. It means 3 units is a terrace, 4 units is a terrace, 5 units is a terrace. Okay, so everyone want to build terrace. Why? Terrace earn more money. Terrace will earn you more money because of the you have more built-in, especially inter-terrace. Okay, so this corner terrace, the requirement is exactly the same as a semi-D. Corner terrace type 1 is exactly the same as a semi-D. Okay, do take note of this. This is terrace type 2. This is going extinct. All this type of property is going extinct. I see no car pouch on. Okay, the setback requirement from the boundary line to the building is only 2 meters. It's only a type 2. Type 2 terraces nowadays very seldom they grant building permission, or very, very, very seldom. Okay, for one of the requirements, it must form its own enclave, or for development to be granted type 2 terrace. So this one briefly go through. Not important. Seldom happen. Won't happen anymore. Okay, so strata landed. Okay, townhouses, cluster houses. I think I'll leave it to Jeep to explain to you in detail about strata landed. Jeep is the expert in strata landed. Okay, so down here, our cluster houses are what? Cluster houses, they are actually strata title, SSCT. Okay, so here there are two types of title in Singapore. One is SSCT, Subsidiary Strata Certificate of Title. The other one is CT, Certificate of Title. If you are pure landed owner, you will have a title called CT, Certificate of Title. If you are a condo owner, you have your title will be SSCT, Subsidiary Strata Certificate of Title. Or if you own a cluster houses, your title will be SSCT as well, and you will be considered subsidiary proprietor. Okay, to the units. You do not actually own the land. You own, you share the land. You share the land. Okay, so for cluster houses, some of common questions asked by customers will be, how much is my footprint? What is this sentence? What does this sentence mean? How much is my footprint? These are for more educated buyers. Footprint means how much land your unit is particularly sitting on, or how much land your particular. It has no legal meaning, okay, whatsoever, okay, because your share value is not determined by your footprint. Your share value is determined by your built-in, or by your built-in, okay, inside the cluster houses. So there are common facilities you need to share, etc. And cluster houses also take various forms. They also have they take the same form of bungalow, semi-D, terraces. Okay, they will take the same form. So standalone unit is called bungalow. When it's attached to each other, 2 units is semi-D. Then more than 3 units or more, okay, is more than 3 units or more is the terraces. Okay. So this is the development control, or need to memorize. If you want to be a professional landed agent, you need to memorize the development control. Okay, this is for you to advise developers. One of the ways to earn money, to be really, you will wonder, how did agent earn so much in landed consistently? Okay, let me debunk for you. Okay, pay attention. This sentence could change how you run your landed business. Okay. A lot of agents think that to establish themselves, in landed, they go door-knock or this. True, okay. But agents who earn the most are the ones who deal directly with developers. Okay, this is the trade secret. Trade secret. Okay, and I'm not supposed to share one. Okay, because everyone don't want me to share. Because everyone go direct to developer, right? The whole market become very messy. Okay, when I say direct to developer, it's not to the big time developer. Big time developer is usually approach company one. Okay, I'm talking about small developers. Okay, small developers. That is how you get listings. Okay, the most consistent supply of listing is from small time developers. Okay, which is why, for example, when I started landed about 10 plus years ago, right? Okay, how did I become the top landed agent? Okay, in the past, is you can Google, you Google top landed agent, you'll find my website #1 there. Okay, you don't believe, you can go and Google it. Okay, so how do we establish such a system? Is we consistently deal with landed developers. Okay, it takes some time to build up the rapport. Okay, so after you take out rapport, you will be super consistent in landed properties. Okay. Terrace type 2 can be found in which location? Terrace type 2 can be found in a lot of locations, usually very, very old. Is it higher in value than terrace type 1? No. Terrace type 2 usually no value. I mean, not say no value, because it doesn't look grand. It looks usually like a cheap version of landed. Therefore, the perceived value of terrace type 2 is actually lower. Okay, but land is still land. Land is still land. Okay. So this is this used to be the old rules or to build landed properties. Okay, last time, right? Okay, but 70% or 80% of the current landed still built using this rule. Okay, in the olden days, first story maximum height is only 4.5 meter. Second story 3.6 meter. Third story 3.6 meter. Okay, then the attic, right? From floor to ceiling, maximum height 5 meter. Okay, this was old rule. So some of the resale unit that you'll be selling will still be following this old rule. But the new rule is different. Okay, these are still old rules. Okay, I'm going to skip this and come to the new rule. Okay, the new rule will make modern landed now very, very pleasing to the eye. The design are better nowadays because of the new rule. We call this the envelope control. So in a two-story landed housing area, okay, you build up to 12-meter height, 8.5 main body, then 3.5-meter attic. Okay, so this allow in a two-story area. In fact, when you go into the house, you feel like 3-4 story. Okay, you feel like 3-4. Later, I'll explain the concept of mezzanine floor, or the concept of mezzanine floor. Okay, so this is a two-story area, you build up to 12 meter, or 8.5, 3.5. Okay, in a three-story area, you build to 12 meter, 15.5. So, what about outside landed housing area? You follow 3-story. Okay, remember, landed outside landed housing area. Okay, to build, right? You can still use this envelope control. Okay, up to 3-story. Doesn't mean you build a landed, is that outside landed housing area, plot ratio 1.4, you can build 5-story landed. Not allowed. Maximum story for landed properties is 3-story. But when we say 3-story, we are referring to this envelope control, 3-story, which is 15.5 meter in total heights, or from the road level. Okay, so you see, now I'm going to show you what does envelope control means. Okay, so you see, this ceiling to the floor is actually 1-story. It's actually 1-story only. Okay, then when you see something like this, right, this actually is not 2nd-story. This is a mezzanine floor. So in a 2-story area, you will see like at least 1, 2, 3-story. Typically, when you look at it, like 1, 2, 3-story, right? Okay, it is or 4-story plus the attic, 4-story. Okay, so now the envelope control create this we call sub-level. Okay, sub-level. Yellow. How come some of the landed house along places like Mazuki can build more than 3-story? And when you say more than 3-story, it's from your point of view, not from the legal point of view. The legal point of view, they only care about how many meter. So like here, just now I was trying to explain, this is 1-story, but you see within this 1-story, you find another sub-story. Okay, so to you, this is level 1, level 2, level 3, but actually from the development criteria, this is actually still 1-story. We call it mezzanine floor. Okay, something like this. Okay, this is how I show you. Okay, this is not in your notes. I just add in this morning. Okay, if you want, you can do a screenshot. Okay, please do a screenshot of this. Okay, because I want to put this in so that I can explain to you. So this is 2-story area, 8.5 plus 3.5. Can you see? But from when you walk in, right, you'll feel like, hey, this is 1st-story, but you feel like this is level 1, level 2, level 3 plus attic, level 4. Or like to the olden market agent, old marketing agent, last time, old marketing agent, never study one. Okay, everything 3.5-story, 2.5-story. 2.5-story is what? 2.5-story is 2-story plus attic. But now still using 2.5-story means that you never improve. Okay, now it's envelope control. We don't use the word 2.5-story anymore. We don't use the word 3.5-story anymore. It's all very misleading. So in this case, you see, this is a 2-story area, 12 meter. But can you see internally, it look like what? What's level 1, level 2, level 3. Then if you have staircase up to an attic, level 4. Also, so from here, you look like 3.5-story. The olden agents will say, you know what's Botache? I never study one, I never come across one. 3.5-story. Bullshit, this is still 2-story. This is still 2-story area. All this in the 2-story area. So do you understand what I'm trying to explain to you about mezzanine floor? You understand type 1? Type 1. Okay, so that I know all of you are getting it. So you are become professional already. All the description you're coming out from your mouth right now is professional. Don't use the word 2.5-story anymore. Don't use the word 3.5-story unless you're selling a resale. Olden, still using the old design. Still on the old design. Okay. Wow. I got only 10, less than 10 response. We have 117 participants. Am I boring you guys? I'm happy. Please help. Please participate so that I know that my role as a trainer is to make sure that you are really, really get what your what you're paying for. Actually, you didn't pay much for this course. Because I never get paid salary. Okay. We are doing free national service by giving you all our trade secret. Okay. A bit fast because I got 100 over page. I got 100 over page. Advanced course. I need to squeeze so much knowledge with only one session. How am I going to finish it? Okay. Non-important one I will skip. Non-important. Same code, but the URI space still specify 2.5 story or 3.5 story. No. They've only put 2-story area, 3-story area under landed housing area. Yeah, no 2.5 story, no 3.5 story anymore. Please, really, okay. Those description is entirely not accurate except for the olden days. In fact, in the olden days, we don't use the word 2.5 story. I mean, professionally, we always use the word 2-story plus attic, 3-story plus attic. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to stop share here and show you other things. And now practical. I'm not sure because usually I'm the first trainer. Okay, but I'm not sure whether the other trainer has shared with this. So is it difficult to, but I still want to make sure that it's covered. Okay, so here, take down this website, wakiao.com.sg. wakiao.com.sg. Did anyone share this with you already? This website, wakiao, wahkhia.com.sg. Have any previous trainer shared it with you already? Okay, why am I sharing this website with you? Free listing. Free listing. Not only free listing, you won't get into trouble or advertising their. You cannot see me. Can you see this website? Can see. Dennis cannot see. Okay, so here. So these are all this developer, right? This developer give authorization to all agents to market their property on Guru or whatever website you can. Okay, so you can download the photos. You can download like you want to have Sentosa Bungalow. Okay, for sales number 77 Ocean Drive. Okay, you want to see, you want to advertise, they'll show you the photo. All the photo is here. Okay, you can download the photo and put on Guru to advertise. Or is okay, you can see that the notes for agents, right? Okay, agents, notes to agents. Okay, marketing. I'll show you. Consent to market, you see? You shall not advertise the sales and rental price lower than what is stated in our listing. This is the rules. This is the rules. Okay. This is wakiao.com.sg. wahkhia.com.sg. Yeah. Free listing. How many listings are there? See. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't think that these units cannot sell. Let me tell you. Okay. My team have already sold at least 5 units from this website over the last 2 years. But it's over the last 2 years. Okay, so not easy to sell, but sometimes you will sell. Okay, but it's free listing. Okay, free listing. The key thing is you never try, you never know. You never try, you never know. Okay, I remember one of the Sentosa Cove landed has been sold by one agent using this website. Okay, I think the commission is more than 100,000. So why not try it? Okay, another free website for you. 7 Group. 7 Group. 7 Group. Okay, you can 7 Group, right? You can let me see. View listing. Okay. Where's the listing? View listing. Okay, so they have. This unit is sold already. Jalan Anak, number 12, Jalan Anak sold. A few weeks ago is still available. So you see their unit can sell one. Okay, so now number 5 Lengkok Merak. Okay, number 5 Lengkok Merak. You see number 5 Lengkok Merak is here. Location, you can download their e-brochure. Location, where's the location? All this, the unit can. All this you can advertise. And go directly to them. So you see, today very selfless. We give you some tips of free for all listing. Okay, all these can earn money one. free one. See, hey, lender, how to get this thing? Where got hard to get this thing? I show you another example to debunk hard to get this thing. I use, oh, not this one. Okay, let me see. You, what? Google Map. Google Map, I show you. Google Map also can get free listing. Free listing from developer owner. Developer is owner. Developer is owner. Okay. So free listing, I just give you 2 websites you can find free listing. One is Wakiao. Okay, you can download from their Dropbox and straight away advertise on, and they allow you to advertise. Okay, I'm going to show you, share with you this. Okay, I'm going to drop my mat. You see, okay, I'm not sure this unit sold already or not, but while I one day, okay, this unit, this unit 111 Secret Road, super open listing. I see like hundreds of agent marketing. Then I was wondering, how come so many agents are marketing? I look at Property Guru. I start to realize because the owner number is here, phone number is here. $12 million property, okay, in Secret Road for sale. See, okay. So this is one way. This is one way. Another. I'm going to share something scary for you. Okay, something scary. Okay, for example, okay, let's go to Property Guru first. Property Guru. Should I share this? Never mind. I think I have no time to share this. I'm going to a lot of things, other things to share beside this. And let me go down to my slides again. Are you all getting what I'm trying to teach here? I'm doing very fast because not enough time for all my knowledge download. Okay, so A&A work. What is A&A work? Okay, when you hear the word A&A, what does it mean? Okay, it means that you apply for construction work, right, that lead to less than 50% of increase in GFA, and there's no additional floor added. There's no additional floor added. Okay, if it's more than 50% or you add another additional floor, then it's not called A&A works, it's called reconstruction. It's called reconstruction. Okay, more than 50% GFA or you add a new level, that is reconstruction. Okay, why you need to differentiate A&A from reconstruction? Because different permit, but you just need to know because you're not the one who apply for all these permit. Okay, I do come across a land. Recently, one of my students actually asked me, came across a land, right, that the owner, after moving in, okay, now want to sell the properties, but the property have not TOP. Why not TOP? But the owner already moved in. So the owner moved in illegally, because maybe there's some quarrel with the contractor. So in the end, never submit for TOP or rejected from TOP, then just leave it there. So now having problems selling because of the TOP issue. So sometimes you need to check whether the property has TOP already, or you need to check. How to check? Ask them to commit to tell you already TOP already, especially like look very, very new, 1 year old, etc. So envelope control, finish. Allowable structure on car park. Okay, now car park on top, you can build balcony. Okay, previously before 2014, on top of car park, nothing. You cannot build anything, but now you can build balcony. However, okay, you cannot build this. These are car parks, right? You build something like this. How can? Okay, car park on top cannot build a room. Okay, not allowed. These are illegal structure. Illegal structure. So illegal structure is very common in landed areas, or it's very common. Okay, like this. Okay, ledges. Okay, all these I just add in only. I just add in for you to take a look. For you to take a look. Okay, so like this, why is this illegal? Okay, this is the back of the landed unit. You do a kitchen extension or a covered roof awning all the way to the boundary line. So of course, this is not approved. Okay, this is not approved. So So to buy landed, right? Okay, when we deal with buyers and sellers of landed, right, you cannot be the kind of HDB agent. HDB agent convert to landed agent sometimes are a bit not, they're not used to the environment they are going to convert into. Landed, there are a lot of unapproved structure. Okay, a lot. So it's a risk to buyer. So buyer, if it's HDB upgrader, they everything also like, wow, very law abiding, very what. You need to educate them. It's like you buy landed, right? Okay, you buy as it is where it is lah. Okay, if you request too much for the owner, you make, I want you to reinstate back first before I buy. This market, right? You will miss every unit. No owner will do it for you. You say you don't want to buy, don't buy. Okay, I won't do anything. I won't do anything for the buyer. So these are some of the things. Jennifer Lee, what will happen if the building isn't TOP on paper but buyer bought? Then your loan got problem. Your loan got problem. Haven't TOP, you bought. Okay, so because that TOP, the key thing is when that unit didn't go TOP, okay, due to dispute, the new owner will have to hire their own professional engineer. Okay, and the professional engineer, most professional engineers don't want to certify other people's work. Don't want to certify. So you will have a hard time finding a professional engineer to submit for you to get TOP status. Yeah. How can we check? You can't check. You can't check. You can always call BCA to ask. You can always call BCA to ask. Okay, you can't really, because it's very, very rare. It's very, very rare that but these are some of the things that we encounter, we share with you. It's very, very rare. Okay. Okay, we're supposed to have a break time, okay, before we go into subdivision. But before the break, I still got 15 minutes before I give you the break. So what is the advice for buyers to buy landed under construction from developers? Okay. Let me tell you one of the ultimate truth that you might not want to hear one. It's very risky for a buyer to buy a landed under construction from small-time developers. Okay, the risk is this, especially in turmoil time, like during the COVID period, right? Okay, labor cost increase, construction cost increase. So let's say the builder is not able to deliver, then you're in a fix. Although you can sue the person bankrupt already. Okay, so it's dangerous. Okay, unless you buy from very established developers, very, very established. Okay, so for small-time developers building 1-2 units, there are risks, which is why landed properties are usually, okay, over the years, usually is sold nearer to completion. That means the building finished already, you can see already, flooring all in already. Then there's some relative confidence for the buyer to buy. Okay, but now it's different. Now, but Singaporeans sometimes will forget their risk in the frenzy to buy because landed price now keep increasing. So there are some buyers are not careful. They will buy before the project went TOP okay, because if they don't, some other buyer will buy. So current situation is there are people who buy before TOP. They are building under construction, but they run the risk. There is a substantial amount of risk, especially the developer is unheard before, like very, very small portfolio, only like two unit, 3 unit. Yeah, and he's now only building 1 unit. Okay, there's a huge chance that he cannot deliver. I shouldn't say huge chance. Not everyone. I always assume the worst. There's risk involved. Okay, so before we go for a break, right, I want to do more sharing live. Okay, let's do live sharing about some of the practical thing. Okay, first, can you see what I'm sharing now? Hold on, let me share again in case you cannot see. Conditions of sales 2020. Okay, conditions of sales 2020. Okay, so why landed? I need to talk about condition of sales 2020. Okay, just now I tell you, okay, cross 10, you go to cross 10, cross 10. 10.1, vendor represent and warrants to the purchaser that the vendor has not carried out any unauthorized A&A to the property. I already, how do I take those pictures that I show you, the unauthorized structure now, I just go to Google Map, right? I just do street view walk around. I can straight away screenshot so many unauthorized work, or so many. Okay, every area got at least 50% of the buildings got unauthorized work one. Some minor ones, some even worse one. Okay, so down here, cross 10. So if you are selling landed, you want to be a successful landed agent, first of all, you must be very street smart. Okay, you're not those Chinese say 死脑筋, I mean brain dead one. Brain dead one. You everything say, oh, okay, vendor warrants. Okay, so you go in when you go to every house to take this thing, right? You're always chased out of the house because every time you go and meet the owner, sir, your house got so many unauthorized renovation. Can you rectify them before I start selling? Wow, that's why you are always being chased out of the house. Okay, unauthorized renovation is up to the owner. The owner have a problem, you want to sell the house, we try to sell the house for them. So we will not misrepresent to the buyer. We will be open eye, tell the buyer, okay, these are all unauthorized. Okay, you buy it as it is. If not, we are not going to sell to you. That's it. That's it. Okay, straightforward. Okay, because the enforcement of unauthorized work, is usually depending on your neighbor relationship. Okay, if your neighbor don't like you, high chance they will complain about your illegal renovations. Okay, if your neighbor never complain, 10, 20 years also no one kind of enforce one. Yeah, usually. So no one really bothered about unauthorized. So here, okay, this clause I'm going to share with you another thing, our OTP. Okay, this is the PropNext OTP. Anyone not from PropNext here? Now I got 125 people. Anyone not from PropNext? If you are not from PropNext, you type 2. All from PropNext, right? Okay, so I'm sharing you the document that you are very, very familiar with. So when it comes to OTP, let me advise you when you do landed properties, right? Okay, our standard OTP, right? I feel that there are some things you probably want to take my advice. Okay, first thing, end or nominee. End or nominee. Okay, if I'm the seller agent, I usually delete. Okay, I don't show it. I don't show it at all to the buyer. Okay, so that they do not have this option to take end or nominee. Why? Two reasons. One, you see, some buyers have come forward to ask us to see whether we can flip the option for them. Recently, I heard of one seller, your buyer, he bought he got a OTP of 4.3 million. He want to flip it for 4.5 or 200,000 here. Option period 6 months. End or nominee, you want to flip, right? Okay, first of all, you go to a law firm, right? Law firm are not able to do for you with profit. Okay, which means that you're going to do under table transaction. Okay, and I for one will never risk my license for an under table transaction. I do not know about you. Some of you do risk your license sparingly, like as though that is as no value. I cannot risk my license because of I will lose my income, okay, of minimum 400 to 500,000 a year. Okay, so this is something I advise you. We are from PropNext and we are very proper agents. We are number 1 listed company in Singapore. Therefore, everything we try to do above board, don't do under table. Or end of nominee nowadays. Okay, if you flip, right, the profit, let's say the 200,000, how do you register? How do you bill this buyer? Okay, if you are the seller agent, worse. Okay, let's say you are the seller agent, this buyer bought from you. Okay, 4x3, he approach you, ask you to flip for him. If the owner know about it, you manage to flip for him now within, let's say, 2 months. If the owner, so I actually can sell 4.5, but you purposely tell me to sell at 4.3 and you let the buyer secretly profit 200,000 so that you can earn extra comp, I'm going to sue you. Do they have a ground to sue you? I tell you, confirm have. So why put an anomaly? Try not to. Okay, explain to the seller. Okay, explain to the seller. Okay, what's the risk of putting in end of money? Then third thing, usually stakeholder clause. I'm not sure whether you know stakeholder clause. These are stakeholder clause. These are, okay, 1, 2, 3, stakeholder clause. This one is normal lah. Okay, every single contract you need to do this one. Okay, so I find it very troublesome to explain to the seller that most buyer or buyer lawyer will not accept okay, that the excise fee paid directly to the vendor, to the seller. That means no stakeholder at all. So usually I will delete this also. Okay, before I show the seller. Okay, so that you won't have this headache. Okay, because most buyer lawyer, right, will advise to only accept these two forms of stakeholder clause. Singapore Academy of Law, the 4%, the excise fee should be deposited into a conveyancing account. Okay, they so-called conveyancing money. This will safeguard buyer interest. What if the seller wants to have stakeholder clause 3? Can, of course they can have, but harder to close. Harder to close. If you don't want to close the deal, that's why I delete it away. I don't give it to option to the seller. How can we ensure OTP specify clearly illegal or renovation is acceptable to buyer? Okay, this end layer, okay, this is what we call a as is where is clause. Okay, in our prompt next OTP, right, look at clause 9. Clause 9. Okay, this is what we call as is where is clause. The purchaser shall be deemed to have full notice of the actual state and condition of the property in all respect and shall not be entitled to raise any objection or requisition whatsoever in respect thereof. This is what we call as is where is clause. Okay, so with this clause, okay, then it's fine. It's fine. Okay, this is. Hi, do we delete all 3 stakeholders? No, you do not delete all 3 stakeholder clause. It must be, you must have a stakeholder clause. Either option 1 or option 2. There's a tick, you tick where? You tick where? I think these are advanced things I share with you. Okay, but it's up to you whether you want to follow this or not. Okay, so the stakeholder clause in clause 9 is the one I want to highlight to you. Our OTP already have, but if you find that the clause 9 not strong enough, right? Okay, you want to be more specific, right? You can go to Google. Okay, you can go to Google. I'm going to do this for you. Okay, as is. Okay, hold on. As is where is clause. Okay, I'm going to share this with you. Hold on for a while. Okay, you go and Google as is where is clause, right? Okay, you'll see here. This is under Singapore legal advice. This one very complete. The purchaser is treated as having having notice of the actual state and condition of the property as regards to access, repair, light, and these are more lengthy. Drainage and all other respect, and is deemed to have inspected the property and no warranty or representation on the part of the vendor or the vendor agent or representative is given or to be implied as to the state, quality, fitness, and or anything whatsoever. Accordingly, the purchaser shall not be entitled to make or raise any objection or requisition whatsoever in respect thereof. This is a longer version of as is where is clause. Okay, with this, okay, then it's like caveat emptor lah. It's like caveat emptor. Your problem, buyer, Mr. Buyer, your problem. Okay. If you don't want this clause, then I don't sell to you. Okay. Don't be desperate to sell and get yourself into trouble. Okay. I do see some agents disregard all this. Then every time they feel very conflicting. Should I say? Should I not say? Should I just try to make do? The Chinese saying "hiong," Hokkien saying "hiong." Let's just close it. Even don't make it so complicated. Okay, or then end up in trouble. Okay, I've seen so many agents does that. And then every time you end up in trouble, who do you call? You call Ray, which is why I miss so much message, miss so much. Every day I have queries coming in in the hundreds. in the hundreds. Please 放过我. Okay, don't create, don't once you create an issue that I already told you don't do already, then you come to me, hey, how to help? Now you being sued. I say nothing I can help. Nothing I can help already. It's too late. It's too late. So peace of mind. Okay, one of the things that I feel that you should practice is to have a peace of mind. Okay, don't force close a deal, especially landed. Okay, but when I say this, I think the mindset of most agents is, especially landed, I will hyong. I will try, even though I know there's risk, I will try to close because commission big, worth trying. Okay, that is if you are this kind of agent, have nothing to lose lah. Okay, you are those kind of agent with nothing to lose. Trust me, I've seen agents, okay, clocking in millions. One mistake, they are out of the industry. One mistake only. Okay, or they didn't go directly out of the industry. They lost their momentum. They are being overtaken by other top agents, and no matter how hard they try to gain back their original status of top millionaire agent. They can't because of one mistake. Okay. No. My advice is, Gerard. My advice is, I will take away the third option. Okay, because most other agencies they already took up the third option. Okay, but I will still keep the third option there in case my seller die insist and the buyer agree. The buyer know the risk, the buyer agree. Okay, buyer is desperate to buy the house. Then okay, no? Then it's okay. Okay, as long as the buyer agree, it's okay. But this option shouldn't be. You see, psychologically, let me teach you something. Psychologically, if you use when you show people an option, okay, when you show people an option, the seller will say no harm asking for the best option to them, right? So like when you get married, right? In the marriage cert, if the marriage cert say, okay, in this marriage, okay, you have a chance. You have one choice to have a mistress. Only one time, one chance only. Do you think everyone will take a mistress? Confirm will lah. Okay, you cannot give that option there. Don't leave the option there. Okay. The key thing is, I say confirm will is not true. I will not. I will not. My wife is listening in to me, so even got a choice, I will not. Okay. But the key thing I am trying to share is this. Okay, take away the outside out of mind. Outside out of mind. Okay. Example: how many of you have difficulty when you show the commission form to the seller or the buyer? Then they say, then they argue about commission. Then argue about commission, they try to negotiate down. On top of that, they try not to pay the GST. Correct? They try to not pay. Why? Because you give them an option. Right? You know why? In our gazetted form, right? Down there, GST, yes or no. Correct or not? So what is my solution to that? I printed copy. Yes, got GST already. No choice on. No choice on. Whenever I go and sign a commission, I don't bring a blank form. I make it sure that it's all typed out already. Or it's already typed out. So go there, just sign. No choice. All printed one. Okay. When they argue, you just say, my company GST registered. Cannot. Why don't you write to MAS or IRAS to say that whether they can waive your GST for you? So if not, I cannot. I must charge you GST. Okay, that's my standard. That's my standard. Okay, so every time doesn't mean that it's foolproof, or doesn't mean it's foolproof. But you see, everything you prepared beforehand, most of the times agents lost, like they cannot maximize their income, is because they are ill prepared. It's because they are ill prepared. This is my thinking lah. Okay, so here now we are at 11:29, just nice. Let's go for a 5 minutes toilet break. Then we come back here and we shall continue. If you like this course or you feel that I'm adding value, you can type 1 so that I know how many people think that it's adding value and how many people think that I'm wasting their time. Okay. Okay, then you can go for your break.